What's cooler than that?
You can type in like on the search bar on the Roku, and it'll pull up any app that it's on, and it'll tell you if it costs money or it's free. It pulls up all the apps that you can like download and watch it on.
For what?
Like if you want to watch his documentary, you can pay for it on like Amazon, but I found a free one. It just has commercials.
What was his documentary even called again? Something about Brazil, right? UFO.
Yeah, it was interesting.
You watched?
I watched part of it. I keep putting it on at night when I go to bed, and I fall asleep.
So it's not. Here's the thing I learned just recently. This whole freaking documentary, dude, it came out. This story is from like 1981.
Yeah, but he didn't go do
nonsense.
the documentary. 1996 it happened.
Is it? I thought it was older than that.
No, it was in the 90s, I think he said. But he doesn't go there till like recent. I don't think he released a documentary. He made that another documentary that you probably watched. They talk about it.
What, with Greer, Stephen
yeah,
Greer?
He made one of those too. But this one's whole different. It's him there, like talking to people in the city. And it's like a big city, dude. They show the pictures of it. It's not like a small place. And like there's so many people. And they even had a psychologist come in to like listen to these people talk. And the psychologist doesn't say that it happened, but she says what the people are telling you, they are believing what they are telling you. Like
You're right. Yeah, because he was talking about all the lawyers and the doctors and the military personnel, that all credible human beings that were talking.
Some people died. Like supposedly one
from
of the
bacteria from ET.
Yeah, they shut down in the hospital. They shut down like the whole wing and replaced and like fixed it after like they brought one of the bodies in there. It was still in the bag, and they said the smell was so bad they like wouldn't even go in there.
Did you hear the description of the creature? It was like a little creature like with greasy like weird slime stuff on them, and they had like little weird hair. And I don't know, they're always short. People describe them as these tiny little creatures, which is weird, but I don't.
Here's the thing. You know how movies are nowadays, right? Like things look crazy, real, right?
Right.
Like how they can make stuff. So even if someone does, like, I feel like any video that comes out, even if it's real, is going to be scrutinized as not being real. Like, it doesn't matter how, like, unless you see like 300 to 400 people in this video, like, standing in front of this alien being, and it's like there, and they're all there. And some people still might not even believe that. They'll still think somebody like faked it, you know? How would you know if it's real or not? I'll take these off.
Here's the question. Here's a better question. How the hell come nobody makes any footage? Where's the footage? All these people, credible humans. In 1995, we didn't have video recorders.
They did. The guy records it from his apartment building.
So where is it?
You can watch the light like float around and it like crashes. I watched it.
Yeah, but all the people think about this.
But they probably said it wasn't real, so they don't put it up anywhere because everyone's like, "Oh, that's fake. You made that up."
Oh, you're saying that there might have been footage out there?
There's probably already footage of many footages, but people didn't really have cell phones. They would have had like a camcorder pulled out.
Yeah.
So, but he takes a guy that witnessed it crash. The guy drove to the site when the spaceship crashed, and he takes him to the place and describes. But the guy like disappeared for years. Like the guy that comes out there, they couldn't find him. Like he's gone. And like when they take him to this property and he's like telling him about like, dude, he's straight up crying. Like he has tears like coming out of his eyes after he shows him like after revisiting this place. Because I think like a lot of people didn't believe him. And now he can like show somebody and somebody's like documenting it and like trying to find out his story.
You're talking about the actual person, or this is like a reenacted character?
No, it's real.
They have footage of the guy telling the story.
He goes and talks to the guy, and the guy takes him to the place where it crashed.
Okay, can we watch this video?
Well, this is not. This is just people talking.
Yeah, but he's going to explain exactly what it was.
For the most part, yeah.
Also,
but you got to watch the video.
Also, I want to talk about Andrew Tate a little bit in this podcast. Just, I don't know if you watched his recent Rumble. His Rumble. You do have Rumble? You got to download Rumble, bro. We have Rumble.
What?
You have Rumble, but you don't have it. You're on Rumble, bro.
For some reason, it sounds like a dating app or something, though.
That's Bumble. That's for gay people, bro.
Rumble, Bumble.
What's the difference? Where'd they come up with the word Bumble?
Like a bumblebee? I don't know.
Bumble. No, it's got something to do with gay guys' butts. It has to, right?
I think it's supposed to. No, I've seen the thing for it. It's supposed to be where like women talk to you.
What?
I always see the commercial. It always pops. It's like where the women will contact you.
Bumble is women that talk to you personally, like
instead of you trying to like talk to people, like if they want to talk to you, they'll talk. They'll like, it's like the opposite. It's instead of dudes like chasing women, you know. That's what
I like this. Where's the?
I don't know.
Do you have an account?
No.
Come on, Skis. Hey, you can be honest with all
I'm
of
being
us.
honest. I don't. I've always seen like the thing on. It always pops up for like commercials.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I want to listen to this. I skipped ahead and found a part where he actually starts talking about this. So let's play it.
Yeah.
January 1996. You had farmers, you had truckers, you had professors, the one in particular, Carlos de Souza, who's also an ultralight pilot, who witnessed a cylindrical, sort of cigar-shaped object about the size, a little bigger than a really big school bus. It was metallic. It didn't have any wings. It didn't have any exhaust vents or visible means of propulsion. It was just a cylindrical shaped object with a gash in the side of it that looked like it was in trouble. We filmed a number of witnesses that saw this in the middle of the night, and it was just struggling to stay. According to the witnesses, it was struggling. It looked like it was going down, but struggling. And then eventually there was a witness at a place called Myelini Farm on the outskirts of Virginia that saw it impact the ground. Went up there, military arrived, he was met at gunpoint to leave the area. Never once did Carlos de Souza think that I just witnessed something that crashed potentially from another world. He thought it was some super secret government craft. He had no idea. A few days later, there were reports in the town of these like 4 feet tall. I know this sounds crazy. Believe me, I do. But these are very credible and lots of reports coming in about entities that have brown skin, no hair, oily, big red eyes, ridges on the forehead, spindly, weak, frightened, and scared, cowering, non-threatening. And these reports came in from fire department, from police department, from local civilians. I mean, one of the most incredible accounts is from 3 girls in broad daylight that came within 8 to 10 feet of this creature. And it's truly remarkable.
And
pause.
And they're just like, yeah, okay. that's
they're like so what else? Yeah.
Like, what do you mean, what else?
What else did you see out there, Bob? It's like, did you not just hear what I said to you?
Right.
All right, I want to take these headphones off. So, spindly arms, oily hair, like weird little 4-inch creatures. That's an alien.
Yeah. Maybe what if they're still government stuff though? What if it was?
They're non-threatening either.
What if we created the creatures to fly these spacecraft? You know, like they would talk about a chimera and stuff, right?
Wait, I want my headphones back on. I can't hear you well enough.
Can't hear me.
Go back to headphones.
The chimera, like you've heard what's his face talk about them, like hybrid, like hybrid stuff, like we create in labs. What if the aliens were like that?
They could be.
What if there's something we created to like put in a craft?
I feel like if we created them, they wouldn't put so much secrecy around them, though, right?
Why?
Because they would just take credit. Like they come out with.
They don't want you to know what they're doing.
Yeah, but we know that they're trying.
Be a secret then.
Yeah, but we know they're trying to make like pig human hybrids, right?
That's the chimera stuff, right?
Yeah. But we know about it. It's wide open. Like they'll give us all their research. Like they'll tell us what they're doing.
Kinda. They're
proud of it.
They ain't gonna give you everything.
Right. Okay. So that first dude, that first guy who they were talking about, they were going to do like a head transplant. Right. Remember that?
Yeah.
Like nothing secretive about that. When basically my point to this is when like the government or scientists or whoever else, when they're doing something incredible, I feel like they want people to know. They want recognition for it. But the reason they wouldn't want recognition for UFOs and aliens is because they have no idea what the hell it is. They want to steal the technology first. Like they want to recreate it. Once they recreate it, like what Bob Lazar was talking about, once they make their own version of it that they know how to work it and stuff, then they'll tell you about it and they'll take credit. They'll say, look at this.
But the thing that came out years later was maybe it was like didn't matter anymore. Like everybody had it, like so they don't care who sees it. Like this, like it'd be like like if we created something like that and other countries didn't have it, you wouldn't want them to get their hands on it. So like you could potentially, wouldn't you make up like what happened, not pretending like it's your stuff?
I don't know. I guess.
I don't know. It's just hard.
So
it's hard to believe like either side realistically, right? Like it's hard to like say one thing or the other thing happened.
A story like that though, right? Do you think that's hard to believe? If there's tons of different witnesses. He was talking about those 3 girls. He was talking about lawyers.
Oh, for sure.
He's talking about military personnel. He's talking about freaking doctors, like police officers. All these people are coming out with the same exact story, and they weren't
just need it to happen to us, so we know 100% sure it's real.
I know, bro. It's
but I also
so
don't want to like
frustrating.
touch the skin of it and like I die like hours later because like radioactive or something.
Yeah, because people died from the bacteria that was on it.
Something like that. I don't know if they knew exactly how, but they said the guy was in contact. He put it in his car, right? One of the officers drove it to the hospital.
Yeah.
And like hours later, he was dead.
Dude, did you see this one? Hold up. Wait a minute.
Is it a video?
Yeah, it's a video. It's actually a video.
Oh, yeah. You showed me that one.
Yeah, but this is a different one. Watch this. Watch this nonsense. I don't know if there's any audio with this, but let's just play it.
Well, have you already watched it?
Yeah. Yeah, I watched this already, of course. Look at this. This is from the Middle East in 2022.
Oh, yeah, but it's...
You seen that?
Yeah.
What the hell is that, bro?
The only thing that's hard is...
That little round thing flying above the ground, just floating.
Yeah, I don't know.
Basketballs don't fly, skis.
That could be a drone, though.
Could it? Have you ever seen a drone that looks remotely like that?
I don't know. It's not close enough to, like, tell. And that in the video wasn't like in color or anything. That makes it hard.
Well,
because it's like the black and white. See, like the technology we have today, and that's the video we get.
No, but this is military
Even
stuff.
like the Tic Tac video, it's like, man,
that's all military equipment. It's not designed to capture great footage at all.
But we do. We have military equipment that does. That's the problem.
But
like we have stuff where we spy on people's stuff.
Well, that's probably the footage that they don't release.
How do we got a black and white camera from like the 1950s on a plane? My camera on my phone is better than that.
I mean, I can't argue with you there, but
I mean,
I don't know. This is the footage.
You get what I'm
like,
saying?
do you know how hard though?
You've literally said the same thing before, though.
What?
Like, why can't we get better video?
Here's what I know. Okay, I know
true.
just from doing this podcast, I know that filming in 4K is extremely taxing. Like, it takes up a lot of territory, a lot of gigabytes and whatever else. So for them to like equip their cameras,
still looks like a video game from like the 80s.
Well, hey man, you're being disrespectful.
Like, I feel like we could take it up a notch.
Maybe. I don't know.
I feel like
this is what we got. Okay, you want
video recorder footage of a video recorder from like the 1990s looks better than that.
No, bro. You want to take it up a notch? How about the one that woman captured?
Yeah, and that's not from a cell phone. That's what I'm saying.
The model. This is like on the cell phone you were talking about.
Yeah,
play this shit.
100%. Yeah.
Look, it's still grainy. Let me see if I can get the quality better. It's 720p is as good as it
It's still better
gets.
than what we just saw, though.
What do you think about this thing? Because to me, it looks like something was just sitting in the air and they flew past it. like like it was a balloon. Pause. Wait.
Yeah.
Look at that. What is that?
I don't know, bird. That's the thing too. You just never know.
Yeah, there's too much trash going around.
The only way you're ever gonna truly know yourself is if it happens to you.
I know, that's why I'm constantly looking up at the skies, monitoring.
And I've seen stuff. I know I've seen stuff when I was younger, and I wasn't the only one that saw it. But you tell people a story, and they still just like look at you like you're stupid. It's like, man, come on. Like, I was awake. I was coherent. I was outside playing basketball. It got dark, and I could see these lights like going like this in the sky, but they look like stars. They're at a height that like something we have doesn't do that, you know, too. And like the way they were moving, they're like zoop, 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 zoop. And they weren't like moving together. They're like kind of doing their own thing, but they're in like a straight line when we started watching them. And they would just go like this. And like one will go down, one will go up, and then come down real fast and go up, down. Like they wouldn't move like in sync or anything.
You know what you should do? You should get those tattooed on you.
3 dots.
Make them look like UFOs though. Right?
I don't know.
You have witnessed a UFO potentially. You should get
so, at that time
little UFOs.
Like 6th grade, right? So everyone's like, you were like 12, but I mean, like I was old enough to like know what I saw wasn't normal.
You should get like little UFOs on your arms.
Nah.
Come on.
Nah. You go get one first.
Nah, I'm
I'll
cool.
get one.
I'm cool. So listen. I wanted to talk about Andrew Tate being released a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
So now that he's out, first of all, you need to download Rumble.
Okay. When you said Rumble, I thought you meant he got like in a fight.
Well, someone did try to poison him. Did you hear about that?
No.
So I don't know if they actually tried to poison him or not. First of all, my viewpoint on Andrew Tate at this point, I freaking like Andrew Tate a lot. But
No.
what?
The butt.
Have you been watching a bunch of his stuff?
Because it's not on YouTube and stuff anymore, right?
Well, that's why I said get Rumble.
Yeah.
So I've been watching a crap. I watched a lot of his videos right before he went to freaking jail or prison or whatever. Now that he's out, I don't know. It's just weird. It's just.
But is it because like the way media portrayed him? Do you think they made it weird for you?
I think
I'm curious.
It's what sucks for me is that I feel like they gave us all enough. They had him in jail long enough. It gave us all enough of a break where like only his true followers, you know, like he was at a point where he was about to break through to something really big, like Joe Rogan status or something, like, you know, and then they threw him in jail and just like really strangleholded on all of his social media stuff. Like he was pinched off from the world, you know, and I feel like, I don't know, I feel like they kind of just choked out a little bit of his light, right? Like,
here's the conspiracy. Joe Rogan was behind it. He saw him getting too big. He's like, man, he can't take my spot.
he's not a hater, dog.
No, you just never know though. You could see his stuff on the cusp. Like, oh no, like this guy's gonna move in on my spot. I can't let that happen.
I think Andrew Tate was like the most. I think he was higher. Well, no, I don't know if you could rate higher than Joe Rogan, but
Them 2 guys though, that I sent you that thing. Did you watch that? You said you were gonna watch later after Full Send with Donald Trump.
oh yeah, I watched that. Did that podcast get taken down?
I don't know. It doesn't matter because he didn't really say much more than what I thought he would say anyways. But
Oh,
it was good, but it's like the answers you'd expect Donald Trump to give. Does that make sense? Like nothing new was said that you didn't already know.
yeah. It wasn't like he was talking to anybody. Like, you know, it wasn't like he was on an interview or anything.
It was very political answers.
Yeah, it was like he was doing a political campaign speech, basically. So I don't know.
It's still good.
kind
I
of
enjoyed
over all that.
I still enjoyed watching it.
I don't know.
It's better than some of the other stuff.
Everything's weird to me right now. Nothing feels real anymore. Is that?
Because there's so much going on and so much garbage.
Yeah, there's so much fake. I don't know, dude. Nothing feels real. It feels weird. The whole world feels weird.
I know what you're saying.
When I watch things now, I look at people and it's like you look at them and you're like, I can tell you're lying, you know, or you're just doing this to get us to vote for you. You can just see it all. And it's very...
How fake people are.
Yeah, it's disturbing. That's why I like to just dive off into my own personal shit. Like whatever things that I'm interested in. Like I just want to dive off into anything but what, like Donald Trump. I don't care.
No, but to talk about it because it's what's popular.
I want to talk about aliens, man.
Though we can do that too.
Yeah.
We were talking about Andrew Tate though, so I was like trying to like, I don't know, tie it all together, I guess.
Yeah, well, Andrew Tate's free. Well, he's on house arrest. I love watching his videos on Rumble just because
Did he shave his head again? Then
he's grew it back. It's freaking hilarious though. Like the stuff he does. He just brought back in Vice. Vice did a hit piece on him. So he made the guy from Vice that did a hit piece on him because they came to his house at one point and did this documentary. And I believe they're the ones that led to him being like arrested almost because they were like trying to get women to say that Andrew and his brother had been aggressive to them or raped him or whatever. Like any of these weird accusations that were going around. But he put out his recent like first video that he's ever done. He put that out on Rumble and he invited the guy from Vice to come over. And he said, I'll only do an interview with you if you bring me a box of chocolates. So the guy comes all the way to Romania and brings him a box of chocolates, and they're standing outside the gate. And Andrew's inside, and he's just laughing and getting a massage and watching the guy on the camera and watching him stand outside. He keeps sending this guy out there, say, hey, Andrew said, give us the chocolates or you don't get an interview. And he just played around with him for, I think, all day long until eventually it was, I don't know, they left. But I
didn't give him the interview.
No, he never gave him the interview. He made him bring a box of chocolates and get on an airplane and come to Romania. But it's the guy that screwed him over in the first place, the guy from Vice. Okay. Vice has like turned into a really trash.
Kind of like the channel?
Yeah.
TV?
Well, yeah, but it's like a news.
There's a Vice channel thing.
I think that's the one that he's talking about. Because they're the ones that did a hit piece.
Huh.
It was weird, dude.
Well, you're saying Vice was trying to get women to say it.
Yeah.
I think meant like, I guess like, well, I guess suppose you sweat them long enough under a light. Like they're just be like, okay, I'll say it. Just let me go.
No, Vice was trying to get women to talk about how he had done wrong. But apparently it's all fake, obviously. Like,
well, they're hoping they get a woman that like wants to be on TV and like play a drama role. And she just says it, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like an episode of like Bachelor.
Yeah, dude, that's true actually. So I don't know. It was just weird to me. But now he's free, and I tried to keep up with it a little bit, but it's like I said, I feel like they just killed something. They did their job well. Because now he's pretty much just strictly on Rumble. You know, and Rumble's this weird platform that's like, I don't know, people like you don't even know about it. You're on Rumble and you didn't even know about it.
You've told me. I never like after I leave, I never think to go get it, or it's not like, hey, get that now, and I think about it. But yeah, I will.
You have to check it out. He's got tons of episodes on there. It's just like vlog stuff. But anyway, you're thinking about, are you going to quit your job anytime soon? Have you been thinking about that?
No, this isn't Armageddon stuff.
Well, I'm trying to figure out. Remember when you, because I just went back and recently watched one of our old videos, and on the video you were like, you said, if we get more subscribers, I know how much we have. I'll dive into some deep stuff. You said on the podcast. I'm trying to get. You owe them some info, Skis.
Am I gonna quit? No, not. I'm starting to. I need to change some things to make it better, I think.
And the reason I'm bringing this up is because you've been doing these drawings, right? That everybody's been kind of seeing.
Well, some people, yeah.
So you're getting back into drawing now, dude?
Just trying to do something, man.
You think you can redraw a logo for us?
I don't think we should change it. You don't
not change it, but just variations. I want to see variations, like cool. You remember it? Well, yeah. You remember the first one you drew?
Well, yeah.
The first version. You remember how it kind of had more of a human shape to it?
It wasn't as round. Yeah, it was longer, I think.
Yeah. Like I want to see more. I want to see different versions of it.
I guess.
Can you draw them?
I can. I drew it the first time.
Yeah, you should see. Just I want to put up some different. I don't know. I want to put them all up in here. And then we're gonna auction them off at some point. Dude. What do you mean they're bad?
My line work's not good. Like you can tell I drew.
That's the point, though. That's what people like. It's like drawings.
It's imperfected, though.
But it's like drawings of Deadpool.
Yeah.
You know, drawings of Deadpool where his head is like crooked and stuff. They do weird cartoon drawings. Yeah. Like that's the kind of stuff I want to see.
Yeah, we'll see.
So you're just getting into more drawing stuff, just
Yeah,
because.
I almost actually bought a table at the thrift store today, a light table where the whole table, like lights up
Yeah.
for like using for drawing and stuff, like a draft board basically.
Are you gonna draw out any of your own tattoos that you're gonna do?
I don't know if I'm getting any more anytime soon.
That's what everybody says. But you've got
No, usually I have one planned and I just don't. So
really. So this is it, you think, for tattoos?
maybe one more.
I'm trying to think if I should get one anywhere.
Well, you just got to do it, man. You can't like think about it. You just keep thinking about it, you're never going to do it, right?
Yeah.
You just got to like schedule it and do it.
I'm scared of needles, though.
Dude,
bro.
it's not anything like that. I can literally show you how it feels. You take like a pen cap and like you kind of rub it a little hard. That's how it feels. It doesn't feel like a needle going in your arm.
I'm scared.
There's definitely spots where people are more sensitive.
I should take that back. I'm not scared of the needles. I'm scared of something like permanent.
I mean, well, I guess that's. Then get something you're not scared.
You don't
of
think
permanently.
You think guys that get tattoos?
Get your last name or something.
It's in my brain. Like,
but it's yours. Like it's never gonna change. That's forever.
You don't think guys who get tattoos start acting like more cocky and stuff? Like they think they're better than everybody else.
Do you think you're better
They think
than
they're
everybody
more
else
tough.
already?
You think tattoos get No, I don't.
Hey, do you think you're better than
Don't they give you this weird don't they give you like this weird like I don't know, you start feeling like you need to show people and tell people about the story behind it and all this nonsense. Like, so this one, like
because I'll wear pants or shirts that like fit the weather. I'm not gonna be like, I need to show them off.
It's cool ink though.
That's what it is.
We were supposed to have the guy.
I just put them somewhere easy there where I can like sit. Cause like you put them in like a weird spot, you sit weird. Even this one, I was like laying on the table weird, and like my back was like. Ugh.
You know, those are identifiers. If you ever commit a crime, you gotta do extra covering. Make sure nobody knows it was you.
Just put on a full bodysuit, I guess. That's why you don't go anywhere like onto your hands or neck or face.
Yeah, feet. You just cut it right there at the arm. That's why so many people have just a straight line right there.
That's why I can still look clean if I want. I can put on a nice shirt and nice pants, and nobody would know. You
just have to remember that if you're ever doing a robbery or something, right?
Well, I'm not planning on one, so if I've reached a point in my life doing that, I feel like the world's already gone to shit.
I suppose, yeah, that's true.
At that point, I'm not really worried about anybody seeing who I am, I guess.
So, as of right now, you mentioned, and somebody else mentioned this to me too. You mentioned something about the Actors Guild. What the hell was that?
Oh, the Actors Guild for they're on a strike, like the writers for like writing movies.
Yeah, but we're supposed to buy crypto?
No, it was just a stock to invest in the stock because it dropped. Like when they all went on strike, it dropped way down, but it's going to go back up because it's Paramount, like a big company.
Paramount.
You needed to do it like right away, though.
Well, I didn't.
Okay.
Did you?
Yeah, a little
You
bit.
bought some?
Yeah.
On what, Robinhood? We have to prove Robinhood is a scam. Does nobody know that by now? I think the worst
it's money, so, and it's not like federally mandated. So,
if you're doing small trading, I think Robinhood works.
Well, yeah, you can do other bigger stuff. You can still get money.
Yeah, but you remember when they did like the what was the one big pump and dump that they did with the GameStop? Was it GameStop?
Yeah, there's people that got paid.
And everybody lost their money though. Like a bunch of people tried to close out their accounts when it was up. And
well, it's probably because they couldn't close everybody's accounts out. It's just like a bank.
Yeah.
If you went to if 100,000 people went to the bank and wanted their money, you're not gonna get it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. What good is that then?
Is it any worse? Is that stock any worse than your bank?
Yeah, but what good is that then? If when you're trying to trade and you're trying to actually make big money, what good is it if the account that you're trading on can't close out your account when the money's way up?
Dude, that's anything.
No, not a real brokerage account.
If they don't have the money, they're not going to pay you either.
No, they'll still Robinhood was doing some shady crap.
Oh,
though,
for sure,
like,
I'm sure. But if just you made money, you'll probably get your money. But when a bunch of people made money off of GameStop, it was a bunch of people trying to cash out at the same time, they probably didn't have the money to give. Just like a bank. A bank, if everybody went to the bank today, that banks at that bank, and wanted all their money out of the account, the bank will not give it to you.
Well, yeah, I know.
Able to. They don't have the money.
Well, that's what just happened with.
But that's any bank. They literally take your money.
SVB.
And they just take your money. Realistically,
they keep like 15%, right?
They
of the total.
One guy, I watched the video. The guy wanted $100,000. He only wanted $100,000 out of his account, and he had to wait 2 weeks, and they still only gave him like 80,000 of it.
Well,
no, it was real.
Out of which bank?
It was I don't know. He didn't say the bank. He just like, I wanted my money. There's a guy on a podcast. He's like, I just wanted to see. And he's like, I went in, and he's like, I had more money.
$100,000 he tried to take out?
It's his money.
You can't.
His money.
I know, but you have to understand the way banks work, though, right?
They had 2 weeks to get it to him, and they still only gave him 80,000.
Damn. So they are broke.
They all are.
See, that's what's...
And now they're buying other banks that go broke. So, like, where are they getting that money? It's other people's money. Like, eventually, what's going to happen? You have two banks.
Yeah, well, you just put all your money in real estate, right?
I don't know. Maybe, but that can go to shit too, right? Anything can happen.
What's the best thing to invest in right now? Aren't we supposed to be going to war with China? Maybe. Sell them to Mexico, though. Safety. Sell your guns to Mexico, though.
No, I don't know, man. Like, I might be wrong, whatever, but yeah, obviously you don't have to buy on Robinhood. You could buy the stock on somewhere else. You can buy it wherever you want.
TD Ameritrade is a good one, I think.
It's a openly traded stock, so you can get it, right?
Yeah. Soon, from what everybody's talking about, we're gonna all be on
broke.
No, we are gonna be broke bitches, but we're all gonna be on. We're all gonna be on crypto. And a buddy of mine was telling me the government's
That could be a bad thing too. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's gonna be programmable money.
And then what happened with all that money that wasn't crypto before that?
You convert. You have to convert it to digital money.
You're gonna have to convert it what they say it's worth.
They'll give you. You'll probably. I bet you. No. But hear me out, Skis. Hear me out, Skis.
You know.
Well, okay. What's your point? Because wait. Hear me out, Skis.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay. Here's why I think that they would rather, if they're gonna say everybody has to convert their money over to get you all to not revolt, they're probably actually gonna say if you convert, your money's gonna be worth more, right? They're not gonna tell you. You're gonna have, like, imagine the revolution that would happen in this country if all of a sudden, let's say you have $100 in your account and the government says, all right, you have to convert over to digital, but now you're only gonna have 50. People are gonna be pissed.
What if the one they convert, they don't want to, the $100 isn't worth any more than the 50 anyways?
What if they convert it and they say now instead of having 100, you're gonna have 200?
But that's not going to happen.
But they're going to convince a lot of idiots to do it. They're going to be like, oh, I can get 200 if I just convert to digital.
They have to. What if they're like, if we don't do this, you'll have no money?
They're probably going to start out that way, though, right?
What if they just come up to you like, if you don't do this, you'll have $0 or you take 50?
See, this is a Doomsday podcast, right? Okay? And this is what I want to get into this with
gold.
You. Yeah, but think about
this. They did the same thing with gold.
That's not smart, though,
but
right?
They did it already, and America did it.
That was back in the day before they learned how to correctly control a population of people. You don't control a population like America by trying to force stuff on them. You do it subtly. You do it in a nice way, like we're appeasing you. We're your friends. We're going to help you out. They've been
doing that.
You don't think that's what they're going to do with digital currency, though?
No, because they're already making everybody soft. Everybody's already soft. Most people already require the government to take care of them. So what are they going to have to convince them to do? Like, we already give you free money. Like, you don't work. So, like, what money are they taking essentially from them?
All right, hold up.
They're still going to get, if they're still getting their money in crypto that they were getting through welfare in cash, why does it matter if it goes to crypto or welfare?
So tell me something, Skis.
Or cash. It doesn't matter because they're going to get it either way.
All right, tell me this. Explain. Tell me how you think they're going to do it. Let's say the government says we're switching everything over to crypto. What do you think would happen?
They'll say we're broke This is the way to fix it.
They're not going to admit they're broke.
They've done it before.
Our
We've
government-
had a depression before, right? And that's when that's when they had everybody bring their gold in. And that's when they built Fort Knox. We had no money. They basically told you, you need to give us your gold, and this is what we're going to give you for it. That's what people did. They gave the government their gold. People would bring in gold for money, and then they built Fort Knox. They put all that gold in there, and then essentially now all of a sudden we had money. They literally wrote a bill into place saying, we have this much money now. Now we're out of like a depression.
So you think they're going to pretend that we're going to war with somebody to make it?
But they essentially turned that gold to be worth more than what it was before they got
Aha!
it. So that's what they're going to do.
The crypto thing.
But that's what they'll do.
Yeah, they're going to tell you you're going to have more money. Just convert over to crypto.
But they didn't give people more money. They never said people are going to get more money. They gave themselves more money.
I think it's
the government put themselves out of debt because you wrote a bill into place basically stating gold was worth this much when people had it, but now that they have all this gold, now gold is worth this much. So now the government has money.
Once
to
the
take care of
government
us
took everybody's money, they made gold more valuable. Is that what you're saying?
because gold is more valuable, but now they're in possession of it. The people
Right.
are not, right?
Well, they're not going to do that with paper dollars.
Why not?
Well,
If they convert it to
money's already
if they
fake.
find a way, I know. So, but if they find a way to convert it to crypto and essentially make it more profitable for them, that's the only way they're going to do it, right?
But you think they're going to have a system where they tell you to bring in all of your $1 bills, your tens, all your money?
But eventually they're just not there. There's already a change shortage at one time, right? They're like, well, we don't have change. Maybe people do again now, but
Yeah, what
didn't.
happened to the change shortage? It went away pretty quick.
Yeah, how though?
I don't know.
How do you?
We made more pennies.
They printed more money. I don't know, but how can you print more money if we don't have it?
How
So
hard is
essentially-
it to make a penny?
I don't know, but it's got to cost money to make it, right?
Copper. Well, it can't cost more than a cent, though, can it?
It probably does.
Can
It
it?
can.
How
You
much
just put
does it
your-
cost to make a penny?
I don't know. We should look that up. How much does it cost to actually make a penny?
I'm kind of curious about this.
Because this is done with a lot of things, right? Like wind farms, even they build them, and they're government subsidized, but they never actually make that wind. That wind turbine will never make the money in its life.
Wind turbines are a scam.
But so is it a lot of things. Now, what does it say?
A penny costs $2.72 to make in 2022.
Yeah.
A nickel costs $10.41.
So how does that make sense, right? It doesn't. It costs you money to make money.
That doesn't make any sense. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my life. How much does it cost to manufacture a dime? 5 cents.
So essentially,
it costs more money to make the money that's worth less.
Okay, think about it. You got the people making it, right? Or machines. You're taking energy. You're
I get
taking
all that,
you got to get all the stuff. Like it's costing money to make money.
But in bulk, you can't somehow that doesn't average out to like half a cent for 1 penny. It's weird. I know we've got these machines that make all the money.
Dude, when has the government ever like gotten less in debt? The last time I think Bill Clinton was the one to have where it's like it evened out the whole year, his term, right? What's that called? I forget. He didn't put the government in more debt, but we never made any money back. We just never. He had like a thing where like it just was like went straight across the board, nothing like less, nothing more.
That's because he only spent money at Jeffrey Epstein's island, man,
But-
which didn't total out to that.
I'm just
much.
saying though, everybody else has always put the government in more debt. Like every time somebody comes in, we just go in more and more and more debt. But how are we getting this money? Like how are we going? We just essentially say, well, we can just owe this much money now.
We're printing it, bro.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying is that's why I don't get like how money even works. Essentially, I don't.
It's confusing to me too. At this point,
Go back to trade. I'll trade you this for this.
no, because I don't want to be industrious. I don't want to make things.
Well, you don't. You trade him something else.
Yeah, but I have to give you things that I made.
I'll
Like
give you a
I have to
lock of my
trade you.
hair for that.
What if I'm bald?
I'll trade you some for that.
Trade you that dick. Boy, this podcast took a turn for the worse. But speaking of that,
Man, I got these
How
cheeseburgers.
awesome of a world would it be if prostitution was legal, man?
Yeah.
You don't think we could barter with women? Do you think you could barter enough with a wife? How about this? Let's say prostitution was legal. Okay, now
I mean, it
wait,
is to a
how would
point.
that work
It
out?
is. It's just not. Right?
No, but I'm saying, like, what would you
It
barter?
already is.
Like, what could you as a man barter with for a woman? Like, what could you give her?
I don't know. She probably doesn't want to like mow her yard or anything, right? Or like, I'll take out your garbage.
If she's like,
I'll shovel that driveway.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's not a
It'd
lot,
be
though.
labor intensive stuff. But
Damn, yeah, us dudes would be working our butts off for it, and they would literally just lay there, and then you would go to
Well,
work.
maybe they need their car fixed. How are they going to get that?
That's gonna require probably a
So,
month's worth of
It's
her.
not you doing. I mean, essentially, you're doing the work, but you now lay the terms. She's like, I need you to fix my car.
That's what's so lame about us men. Anything
Well,
a
you
woman.
want your car fixed.
Well, I know, but here's the thing.
But
Anything.
you go to different guy to do it for less, right?
Well, anything a woman would ask us for, we would only have one thing like that we want from them. Like some dudes might be like, yeah, cook me. I need a dinner. I need a meal cooked. But 99% of dudes are like, yeah, I just want some sex, man. Like, that's it.
A lot of
And
dudes-
girls are like, I want to fly to Jamaica. I want a vacation. I want a new house. I want a new car. I want this. They're asking for all this from dudes, and dudes are giving it to them, and we're just asking for the one thing.
I just want to cuddle.
That's how lame.
What can I do if we just cuddle?
That's how freaking lame dudes are, man.
Well, you got to come back with a.
We have to be better.
You got to renegotiate the terms. Like you can't just be okay with the first like thing you come up with.
What would you
You're
want?
like, okay, right? You got to bargain.
I'd tell her I want 3 kids.
I'm gonna bargain right now with you.
I want 3 kids. How would that work?
Just like when you
to
buy.
bargain.
I don't know. Just like when you buy a car, right? Like you don't take the first price.
You bargain.
Like I'll give you this. No, I'll take this. Well, how about this?
It's still, is it worth it? If she's like, I need to fix my car, and you're like, okay, I'll take 2 minutes with you, and then I'll pay to fix your freaking car that's gonna cost $2,000.
Well, I mean,
Like that's not worth it.
essentially, you're not gonna have money. It's trade, right? So you're gonna have to fix the car yourself.
Jesus, that's even worse of a deal.
So to get the car parts, now you got to trade something else, right?
I don't like this at all anymore.
Just go steal her in different
Robots, bro. No, robots. Robot hose. That's the new thing.
Oh man,
It's coming soon.
Clenches on, doesn't.
No, come on. They're making them over in Japan, I think, already. Of course, for Japanese dudes. They're just into that anime stuff, like Alan Brown.
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say never. I guess.
Have you ever seen? It's virtual reality is what it's gonna be. Have you seen virtual reality porn yet? Where they put those headsets on you, bro? Okay, I haven't seen it. I'm talking like I know, but I've just read about. I've read about it. I swear I've read about it. I haven't seen it personally or anything. But they put these VR headsets on you, and soon, soon with Elon Musk's brain chip, they're gonna put a chip in your head.
That's not happening. Not for me.
You
I
would
can tell you that right now.
Why not?
I'm not letting some just put a chip in my head, man.
What?
That's not
Okay,
happening.
hold on. Now let me
That is
see if I can
not
convince you.
happening.
Let me see if I can convince you.
Nope, you can't.
Skis.
I draw the line there.
No, bro. Because I think I can convince you. Okay. How much do you use your phone? Think about this. Have you ever
used
put-
it,
have
but
you-
There's not a chip in my brain.
Have you ever put in earbuds and gone to the gym?
Yeah.
Little ones. And you're like, you forget that they're there sometimes. You could just
No,
hear
I always
things.
Remember they're there.
Yeah, but you can hear things talking in your head, right?
Yeah.
Or a podcast or something. Now, just imagine if you didn't have to put anything in your ears. They just had this little square thing stuck in your head, and you could hear through it. It would just hear in your. It was connected to your eardrums or whatever, and you can hear things.
No. Because then I also know there's like
Why are you resistant to this? I don't like this. Accept it.
No.
Accept technology.
no. Because here's why I wouldn't take that. Because what's going to stop them from putting something that's like, you don't do what we say, we're going to flip the kill switch.
That's in the contract. There's no kill switch. That's unethical.
Well, it doesn't mean it won't happen.
Eventually,
or someone can hack your brain.
Okay, but you'll be dead by the time they invent
hack.
a kill switch for them.
I don't know. Or someone hacks your brain.
Fuck. That I could see happening for sure. What would they find? They would put your thoughts on the internet and an audio soundbite. You're like,
well, no, but they can control you essentially.
You're like, no, here's all they would hear. Look at that. You'd be at Walmart. Looking at women. You'd be at Walmart like,
I think I'm gonna order a pizza.
You know, I think I want a pizza. Gotta stay alive, singing to yourself. They put your sound bites on the internet. Like, this is what's going on in Errol's brain. Here's his key. Here's the code to his
I'm
bank.
at work. I'm like, God, I want to kill myself. I'm so fucking pissed right now. I'm gonna murder some people.
That'd be like the worst case scenario, right? You sure you wouldn't take it? Imagine. What do you think's gonna happen, man? What if everybody else
revolt at that point? Like, there's gonna be a group of people that's like, this is not happening.
What are you gonna do?
People wouldn't take vaccinations. They ain't gonna just like put a chip in my brain.
Yeah, but only. Okay, did the majority or the minority take the vax? Or not take it?
I don't
However
know. Who actually knows?
It's true. I think it was kind of half and half,
you're
wasn't
gonna
it?
blame you're gonna take whoever says on TV the truth, right?
It was kind of,
Nobody knows.
you're right. I don't trust anybody anymore.
They could tell you a number. You're like, yeah, I don't believe that.
Damn, dude, we're effed, bro.
She's flipping you off.
Who?
What'd you do?
Hey, we got somebody in the studio. I need my gun.
Hey, that could be our guest. Oh
No, she's not welcome on the show right now. We don't even have the other camera set up.
Oh, she's getting hungry, I think.
Oh, it must be nice. So, Doomsday podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I know we already talked about UFOs. Andrew Tate. I'm not a part of his little.
What doomsday stuff do you want to talk about, though?
Yeah, that's what I was hoping. You're the war guy. You were supposed to come in here with some knowledge for us fans, man. You haven't been keeping up with Russia? No, I haven't heard anything about Russia recently.
Yeah.
China, who knows?
America tried to, like, they say Russia's trying to spin it. I saw that. There's some drones that flew into the Kremlin recently. And they like hit it. Like there's video footage of it, like a drone like zook, and blowing up at the top of the Kremlin.
Don't you think that's like Russian propaganda?
It could be. First they blame Ukraine, now they're blaming the US. But it was done to, but Putin doesn't stay in the Kremlin. Everybody already knew that anyways. And the US even, like the top like CIA guys, whatever, they're like, Putin doesn't stay there. And Russia's trying to say it was an assassination attempt, but he's not even there. Like, but they had like their pro-war day or something in Russia where they like parade their like war stuff, down the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And it was done on camera with all their stuff parked there. So I think it was done that way to make a point. Like, we can still get to you. And, but like Russia's trying to put a spin. That's all I know. That's what I think or whatever. I don't know.
Is it weird to you that?
Who really knows who did it?
It's got to be Russia.
Because no one's admitting it. No one's saying I did it. So like,
here's the thing. Why would Russia do it to themselves if they didn't like after that go drop a nuke on Ukraine or something?
Unless they plan little things to make it a reason too, right?
Want to build up to it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I'm not paying attention, but I feel like I don't see any more Ukraine stuff.
It's probably
not too much of it.
I look once in a while, but I'm not like on there I get bored, man, sometimes. So I like scroll through stuff and see what's going on. But you gotta take it with a grain of salt, right? Like what's real, what's not.
You think none of this is as bad? It can't be none of this can be as bad as we. You think it's as bad as we?
It's as bad, if not worse, than what you think it is.
Really?
I think so.
Because it's
as far as like what's actually going on. Yeah, there's definitely stuff we don't know that's going on,
like the border. God, I wish I could get a Hispanic in here.
We're bringing a bunch of people down there. They're bringing troops. Like, there's like 1,500 troops down to the border.
Yeah, and I need to make a public statement, too, about me talking about the border. Because, first of all, I was ignorant to this fact. The majority of the people crossing the border right now are not Hispanic or Mexican people. It's freaking South Americans.
Yeah.
Or some nonsense.
And some Chinese people.
Yeah, Chinese, bro.
Yeah.
And they're coming in looking like straight up spies. Did you see they had a lineup of Chinese people coming across the border, and they had them all standing there. They were standing there like, one of the guys had his arms behind his back, like in this military looking pose, like just standing there being detained. The other guys were like, it's a lot of military aged males that they were catching. I think we're being infiltrated from the inside. This is our Trojan horse.
Yeah, if they can sneak across the border, undetected.
They don't have to sneak. They're walking. We're letting them in.
Well, I don't know if they're going to let. There's next group. There's supposed to be. There's like over 3,000 of them. That's coming up now. There's like a big parade of people coming again.
Why? Why do we keep doing this? Why don't we?
We're not doing it. They're doing it on their own.
No, the Americans, we're letting it happen, bro.
We need to talk Mexico. Be like, hey, stop them.
You see? Have you seen
bro,
the numbers?
go.
Mexico doesn't want them to stay in Mexico, though. That's the thing.
Be like, don't come into our border.
But they don't have that kind of like horsepower. We can't even deal with it. Mexico's like, we're not even trying
not to, because the whole ethics thing.
Sick of this. I'm sick of the ethics nonsense. It's like we're not racist for not letting you in. We can't let you flood through our economy like that. You're not documented.
You're not paying taxes, but you're taking money.
You're raping children on the way through. Dude, I watched a story on
sex trafficking.
No, man. It was this guy on YouTube. One of those. Well, yeah, it was pretty much one of those YouTube videos. This guy was talking about this. They found an 8-year-old girl's body somewhere around the border or whatever. They found her body, and she had like, I think it was 57 or 50 something different forms of human DNA inside of her body, and she was dead. 8-year-old girl.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, that's the kind of crap that's happening at the border.
How are you going to be? The whole situation's already messed up, but how are you going to be like 50 some guys in on top of it? Like, in any situation.
Exactly.
I
can't even imagine us.
I feel bad. Like, I'm not trying to joke around and laugh about this. I'm just saying, like, the guy's perspective.
Yeah,
like,
but here's
how are you going to be number 50 guy?
Right. And you know what's more terrifying about that?
That's even worse.
Those guys that are the number 50 dude, those are the dudes that are coming into America. Right? That's what's happening. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that freaking is really worried about the border thing. Everything going on with Russia, everything going on, you'd be in prison for what?
If that was like my daughter and she was 8 and I found that out, nobody be getting across the border while I'm like not in jail. I'm just telling you, I'd just be like,
yeah, 50 cal.
I wouldn't even care. Like, it's not even, like you said, it's not a race thing, but like, obviously somebody did. It's like, wait, one of you motherfuckers did it.
Yeah, one of you bastards. It almost makes you, it almost puts, and see, that's where I have to be careful, because honestly, it almost puts like racist thoughts in your head. And that's why I had to check myself, because I went and looked up the facts. For me personally, for the longest time, I was just thinking it's nothing but Mexicans coming over the border, but it's not. There's a lot of Africans. There's Africans coming through. There's South Americans. There's Chinese, like you said. There's all kinds of human beings coming into this country. Mexican people are really nice people.
And I get why they're doing it for the most part too. I get it. They think they're gonna like have a better life. You know?
Do you get why they're raping 8-year-old children?
No, but I get for the majority of them aren't doing that. There's, like there's probably not a lot of them doing that, but it's the ones that are doing it that are made, and it sucks. Like I get the whole point, but at the same time, I get like we can't just let people in,
right?
Like, and like you said, it's not you don't want us here because it's because like we can't have more people. It doesn't matter if you're black, you're white, you're Hispanic, you're Asian. Like we don't want you here,
right?
Like, there's already enough people. Like we only got so many people to like keep this economy going. Right? Like you said, we have no money already the way it is.
Yeah, and they're able to pay a lot of these people that come in illegally like that. They're able to pay them. Well, here's another thing.
But yet they can take Medicaid and all that.
Right. That's what's getting me confused, because for the longest time, the thought process was they come in and all these companies are able to take advantage of them because they're not part of the system, so they're able to pay them very cheap wages, right? But what's been our experience with people coming in Like it's like they pay migrants or immigrants or whatever. It's like they pay them more money, right? Up front to come and work.
Well, essentially, because they're not, are they though? They essentially they might be paying more for you because like me and you, this is how I try to look at it. We're also taking whatever benefits the employers are providing, and they have to pay money into that too. So like if the migrants are coming, they're not taking any of the benefits. So the company's not going to have to pay any of that money in. So essentially they can technically pay them more, but still are paying them less, right? Like your per hour wage is probably less, but like with health insurance and everything else, like your 401k, if you choose to do that, they pitch in money, right? So you got to take all that into consideration on top of your wage. Like, so essentially how much is that company paying for you and me? That's how I'm trying to look at it. Cause I think I'm trying to like, why do they do that? But then I'm like, well, essentially, are they still making less?
Well, don't they come
they're getting more money now.
Don't they? Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Don't they come to the company, though, with fake Social Security, fake this, fake that? So they are like a human being. Yeah. They are getting the benefits, but right?
They're not taking any 401k money.
So then how's the company employ them?
They don't have health insurance.
How's the company employing them?
And you don't have to have health insurance. You don't have to take it.
Oh yeah, Obama's not president anymore.
It didn't matter. You could have paid for your own then too. Or you could have took Obamacare. You don't have to.
I thought it was a mandatory thing when Obama was.
They have to offer it.
Oh.
You don't have to have it.
Wait, I can get rid of all of my health stuff?
If you don't want it, yeah.
I'm young, I'm healthy, skis. I don't need anything anymore. I just need
That's
my booze.
Choice, right?
What, you think you need it because you take colonoscopies every year, man?
Not yet.
What? I thought you took one.
Colonoscopy, no. I've had.
Oh yeah, you had a rectal exam.
Physicals, yeah.
Dude, I do want to dive into your physical, but not tonight. I wanted to say something though. I watched a video because we got off the migrant thing or the whatever illegal immigrants. I watched a video of a woman in Texas. Her family lived close to the border. They literally, you ever watch Walking Dead? Well, in The Walking Dead, like when the pandemic or whatever is first starting and people are first starting to turn into zombies, human beings are living in their houses and stuff. And they're building these. Oh yeah, here's a great example: the movie with Will Smith when he was, what was it called? He was the last guy left in this big city. He had his dog.
Why can't I think of what it's called? I Am Legend.
I Am Legend, right?
They're supposed to be making a new one.
Yeah. Well, when the sun came up or when the sun went down, he had those things that would come down over his windows and all that, right? Well, there's a ranch in Texas, and this is becoming more and more common. There's this ranch in Texas. A woman literally has all of that on her ranch. Her windows, they bolt down like that. They got the garage door things on there. They seal it all up. She's got guns everywhere. This is in America. She has to protect her property from cartel in Texas like that. Because no one can do. And here's the part that gets me. Why can't we just do one big show of force? Like the new president did in, what was it?
Maybe we can't.
What do you mean?
Maybe we can't.
You think we're weak? You don't think we can send SEAL Team 6 down there and put a stop to this?
How many people are joining that stuff anymore?
How many of our military, what do you mean? How many, okay, here's the
How many people are actually in the military are like that anymore? Or like how many, there's way less people joining the military than there was before.
That's a terrifying thought too. Something else I was thinking about that you just made me remember. Over the pandemic, right? When everybody who wasn't a loser was like not taking the vaccine and stuff, they were kicking out all those people who were, I don't know, what's the word? Like thoughtful, like not willing to just go by what they're being told, not sheep. They tried to get rid of as many of those people as possible. Cleaned out the military. Can you imagine our military now being full of woke people who really just believe the government, really just believe everything that they're told, take all their shots, do this, do that? Now we don't have a military anymore that thinks on its own. It's almost like having a robotic military.
Well, you almost need one because I don't feel like people are joining the military.
Well,
I mean, I could be wrong. I want to know what the numbers are though, like compared to like 10, 20 years ago. Like what are people joining?
it's scary.
They weren't giving out money for a long. They weren't giving like, even when I was in high school and they were signing up, they had like good sign-on bonuses. I mean, it wasn't a lot of money, but it was good. Like being a young kid, like they had sign-on bonuses. For a while there after that, they had like nothing. You just like, if you join or you don't, basically. They weren't like giving you anything like ambition to want to join, if that makes sense.
It does.
Like what are they going to give you to like join? You know, like what's the purpose besides like defending your country? Like I get being patriotic and stuff, but like what else, what are you going to give me to like lay my life on the line for you?
So you're saying those guys are just kind of few and far in between, the ones who just grew up and their whole lives they just wanted to go to the military. The military
that's not around anymore, dude.
It still is, but it's rare, right? It's like
rare.
And usually they go into like.
I asked my kid kind of about this question once, my oldest kid.
Yeah.
I was like, well, you could, and like he talks about his friend, like none of them want to do that, not one of them. And I feel like the state we're in is a good state for that.
Yeah.
And people are not wanting to.
Well, it's a calling. And a lot of those guys that have that calling to go be in the military, they end up in like special forces or something, right? So like your general military stuff, people that go for college, people that go pay off this, do that, like they're going to offer me all these courses for free. Those people, yeah, what's their motivation to join anymore? You know, that's a scary question.
That's why you have drones and stuff though, because now you're getting like techie people.
Now we're getting those kind of people, and those are good jobs, right? If you have a tech job in the military, flying a drone around, that's got to pay money, right?
I don't know.
I don't know either, but
but you get they pay for the schooling and stuff. I guess there's that benefit. If you want to go to school and you stay in the military, they cover that for you to go to school.
Right. I just want us to protect the border, bro. Is that too much to ask for?
360 degrees around, yes.
Why can't there's this constant theme in the military of people that go, it's always hurry up and wait. We're always sitting around doing this. How come we can't send all these troops that are usually just sometimes sitting around? They're like, you guys got nothing to do, but whatever, go train, for the next year. Why can't we send that whole however many, just say, go camp out at the border. Go camp out here. Here's a hot spot.
Well,
camp there.
Now.
Camp there. But a lot of our troops, why not send a bunch of them?
Maybe that's all we got.
And send them with snipers.
The thing is, we got people overseas and stuff too.
It's true.
Oh, that came out too. There were then now they say they didn't fight, right? Did I say this last time? In Ukraine, we had groups of soldiers in Ukraine. They admitted it now. But then now they said, because they weren't supposed to be in there fighting.
We were training, bro.
We were training.
Yeah.
But originally we said there was none in Ukraine. And then they found out, when that guy released, that army dude that released the info, you heard about that, right?
No.
The kid that leaked a bunch of stuff out. That got arrested.
Oh, yeah. The Pentagon leaks?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't look into that story. I just saw that headline, literally. I never clicked on it.
It was a young kid that was in the military that put it out on a video game, all this stuff, so you could find out. And that's when they found out what a bunch of stuff that was actually going on.
Oh, he's got to be going away for a long time.
Yeah. Well, and then the big question is how did this, if the kid was he wasn't even 21, I don't think. They're like, how did he get this information?
Jesus.
Why was he given the security clearance to get this stuff? But I think he was tech savvy ttoo.
It's like that guy over in Russia. What's the dude's name that got?
Yeah, like that guy.
Yeah.
But what he saw, he's like people need to know this.
Well, it's not really surprising, right? That we had troops over there.
No, I thought so anyways.
I feel like we were trying to instigate that war a little bit. Someone.
Oh yeah, I mean. Not necessarily instigate the war, but you want to be over there, you want to be on that land. Right?
No, dude, we want to keep it going. I feel like America.
It is a we're selling them weapons.
Yeah, but someone, I can't remember who said it, but someone said it. Someone explained it like this: America was aware for a very long time that we had two major enemies in the world, Russia and China, right? So when Russia got into this little spat with Ukraine, America saw an opportunity to have like this proxy war. We keep funding Ukraine on the back, you know, keep them going, keep them fighting, keep them replenishing Russia's energy, Russia's weapons, Russia's this, Russia's that. Keep them in this long little drawn out stupid conflict like we just did over in the Middle East. Deplete their stuff. So then we only have China to worry about because we're keeping Russia busy. We're depleting their stuff, like we're taking a bunch of their troops off the table, their weapons, all this nonsense, their funds. We seized a bunch of their oligarchs, like yachts and stuff. Like Russian
took it,
bank accounts were seized, all that nonsense, right? So they kind of eliminated Russia as one of our main. Now we just kind of have China to worry about. So
that's why we're funding Taiwan.
Well, are we?
Yeah,
they're going to take Taiwan, aren't they?
But we're still selling them missiles and everything else and training them.
You don't think China's going to take Taiwan in the next year?
I don't know.
I feel like they have to. This is the
but
moment,
maybe they
right?
know what we're trying. Maybe if that's what we're. I mean, if that's what we're doing, it's smart. But like, I could see China catching on to that too, though, and be like, "Well, no, they're trying to bait us in, and we're not going to do it."
Yeah, maybe. It's
not. Maybe they're not as dumb as you think. You know,
it's hard to understand. You know, there are days when I look at
because we don't know personally, like right, we don't know what's going on.
No, I know everything.
We just like to like.
We're just guessing. It's a Doomsday podcast.
Yeah.
The world's ending.
Have fun with it.
Chickens, the sky is falling. The sky is falling. There's UFOs coming out of your butt. I don't know.
I mean, it definitely seems more crazy stuff's going on now since I've been alive, I think. Or am I just paying more attention to it? I don't know.
I think
That's
the
what
news.
I was trying to think.
I think the news is just so fake, and it's all just stories.
But that stuff is happening.
To grab. I know, but they're. Have you ever seen those videos where the news reporters they're documenting a flood or a storm and they go and stand in the most worst?
Sometimes it's not even bad. Sometimes it's funny and then they're not even there.
Right, or they green screen it. You know, but they make it appear like it's just but it's not. They just go to the absolute. They're like, we need this shot.
Out here.
And there's people walking. Yeah, he's got a big fan. Yeah, like news has become that
movie.
Yeah, they feel like if we don't have something crazy to grab your attention, you're not going to listen. And they're kind of right. If I see a thumbnail of them talking about how this sheep farmer loves his sheep and he talks
like the news
sweet.
Here.
Yeah. It's like,
a cow died on the road today.
Yeah, I'm not going to click. I don't care. But if you say 3 people were shot and a murder suspect is on the loose, or we're going to war with China, if you put that headline up, possible war with China, like, oh, I'm clicking. Like, I want to know, oh my God, we're going to war. Like, but they're just selling us. So it's hard to decipher anymore. I don't know. I think we're all just becoming.
All this stuff's happening.
It's happening, but not to the extent that is as crazy as we think it is.
Or it is, but now when it does, you're not going to know either because it's like the boy who cried wolf, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So like it's been done so many times, you're just like, it's just another thing. But really, it's worse than what they're saying because you like, well, they always act like this.
Right. That's true.
It's like an overdramatic woman, right? Like, she always acts like this.
Oh my God.
She could come up and say something really serious and be like, I'm sure it's not that bad.
Yeah, you're like, okay, I hear
and
you.
it really is. You're like, oh, shit. It was that
Oh,
bad.
you did chop off your finger. Damn. My bad. Your mom really is dead. Okay. Damn.
You got me.
You hear Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon got fired on the same day? I think it was the same day, within hours of each other.
Tucker will stay famous, though.
Tucker just got offered $100 million from Valuetainment. Yeah. Why can't they?
Man, we got to knock these guys off.
I know. We got to get better at reporting, Skis. You're not offering these people. You won't even tell us how many tattoos you got.
Let's go out and report.
I'm reporting live from BTG Squad. There's aliens flying around.
Let's go outside and report live.
No, there's nothing to report except a meth house.
Well, I mean, we can make it interesting.
We're not gonna start to be those people, right?
You like
I don't approve.
We're about to go inside right now. You can like see our breath.
Everybody on the ground, but we're just kicking down our own garage door somewhere where they don't know.
Yeah.
We can't become those
It's all people we know in the house.
It's like Justin.
And they're like,
Anything else that the world's ending? You got anything else? Any other? I don't think anything's as bad as we all think it is.
I mean, you could die tomorrow, right? And then
You could.
None of it would matter.
That's why, yeah. That's well,
It wouldn't. It wouldn't matter. Not to you
not
anymore.
to you. Yeah, it wouldn't matter to you.
Yeah.
That's why I like talking about tiny houses.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a tiny house guy, man. You got to understand
But
this.
well, then get a tiny house.
Not tiny. I take that back too. I'm not a tiny house guy. I need to clarify. I like tiny houses. I like cozy homes. I like cool houses.
More
Right?
modern.
I like UFO stuff.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, I want to see
I want the crap
space.
to come out.
I want to go to space. I want to know it's real.
Nah, I'll let
I
you
wanna
go.
know.
I just watched too many space documentaries of the freaking thing blowing up. Didn't SpaceX's launch just go horribly wrong and that thing blew
See, that's
up?
what I'm saying. How does stuff always just?
It's all fake.
It's like that's
Remember
can we go?
No,
That's
that
it.
video you sent me of that guy standing in front of the. Wasn't it you that sent me that? He was talking about NASA and how they faked a bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah, somebody
He's
sent that to me though. That's why I
Where's
sent
the
it to you.
budget? Yeah. So it's all fake.
It's just funding.
Did we go?
We're
Where
just
are we?
underwater, right?
Yeah, there's air bubbles. You can see them hanging from lanyards and stuff. That pisses me off more than you could ever imagine, bro. Because
But
I feel
maybe-
like I'm being lied to.
Maybe, but what if we're being lied to for a good reason? There's that possibility. Like,
What's the reason? To steal your
I
money?
don't know. Maybe it's something we can't even comprehend.
All the money, the $2 trillion that
No, I'm saying
disappears.
like we can't get there, and what you think's up there isn't what it is. That's what I'm saying.
It's a glass dome, bro.
They do talk. There are people that talk about that, right?
I don't believe
the
that.
infirmament or whatever they call it. They're
The
not saying
Jacob's belt.
They're not saying it's a glass dome. Essentially, they call it that. But
Like
they're
a
saying
radiation belt.
It's a they say it infirm, but it's a space that we can't get past. right?
Yeah.
They say. But what if we are? What if we are locked into something? Wouldn't that be crazy? Just
How
think
do all
about
these
it.
people
I'm
keep
not
up
saying
the
it's real.
lie?
I just go with it because I think it's fun to think about because it's crazy.
Let's put this into perspective though, okay? This kid that just leaked the Pentagon's documents. They couldn't even keep that a secret, that we had troops in Ukraine. So the millions and hundreds of thousands of people who have worked for NASA and on NASA and with SpaceX, all of those people, not one of them is
Maybe
going to
that
leak
stuff's not
anything.
documented.
That's the only thing that stops me from believing all of the conspiracy stuff is the fact that all of these people, some guy, right?
But people do come out and say it, and you don't believe them.
Who? I
People
don't hear
people always come out.
anyone
People say,
from NASA though. They're like, yeah, I worked on the rocket. It was fake. They have a glass dome up there.
maybe there is though.
Where? Where
Or
are
maybe
the videos?
Maybe those people die
Well,
mysteriously.
they all can't die. They have families.
They
Then you
maybe
got to shut the
mysteriously
family
die
up.
somehow.
All these families are dying.
Well, no, but if you didn't tell the family yet, if they didn't know, I'm just saying there is ways. Like you
Yeah,
can
but
make
that's-
somebody look crazy, right?
Right, but you get what I'm saying? That's what keeps me from believing.
But yeah,
Because if we can't even keep a little secret, we can't have one soldier keep a secret about the Ukraine thing. We already found out we were over there. It didn't take years. It took a few months. He let loose something. One guy let it loose. All these people from NASA, the biggest thing in the whole world, outer space, all these people, it's all fake and none of them are telling us.
who's actually been up there though, besides the astronauts.
A dog and a monkey, I think, went.
Besides the actual astronauts that say they've been there, who's been there?
The rover apparently is still running around on Mars, man.
Maybe.
That's like
Or the desert.
whole team of people. They're lying.
Or in a desert
in
somewhere.
Canada.
I mean, it looks like a desert.
Well, yeah, I know, right?
I'm just saying, like, it could be.
No, I know. I agree with you.
I just like to do, like, I
Yeah, we both
I want to
do.
go to space. I think there's a space. But I'm saying, what if there wasn't?
I'm scared, man. I don't
Isn't
want
that
to go to
crazy?
space.
I
I
do.
want them to put cameras on a rocket and go there.
What if we aren't a thing though, and aliens come because we are just like an experiment? Wouldn't that be crazy?
I think we are.
Like the world is like a place they put us. This is gonna make a lot of people hate this, but they created everything in this place. So they are the gods, and they're just like, when aliens come in, it's to like do things because they created all this. They're like running experiments or like figuring stuff out.
If you think about it, right?
You don't want to find that out though. People would go like, you'd have complete anarchy.
Why?
Because you'd have no, what would be your reason to exist anymore?
You think if people found out that aliens created us or whatever,
and we're like an experiment, like we can't
just
leave,
be like,
we're just trapped here. How'd that make you feel if you found out you're trapped?
I would
like
say
you can't leave.
I would say we all need to band together and really trap these aliens and catch them.
But we're already trapped.
No, we're gonna catch some aliens.
You
Apparently, they already caught some. We're gonna torture them.
If there
get them to let us loose.
If there are that many out there, do you think they care if we capture 2?
Yeah, but if we capture
Do
2,
they care? They sent them in here. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but we capture 2 of them and we torture them and we get them to tell us how to get out.
What if there isn't no way? What
Wait, why do we want to get out? It's life. This is our life. Why the hell do we want to get out of it?
Because we're already trying.
It's a beautiful life.
But to find that out, like now, what is your existence anymore, though? Right? Like, I'm just saying? Like I said, I'm throwing.
It would make me question a lot. Tell you one thing,
dude. Religion, it'd be off the wall. Like people
not
wouldn't know
really.
What to do.
Wouldn't. No, hear me out. Hear me out. Wouldn't the proof that aliens exist and created us? Wouldn't that be proof of God? Technically,
a God. I mean,
exactly.
They're a God because they created it, but it's not what you believe.
No, it's not what we thought it was. Yeah. It's still God.
But the religious thing. Yeah, but it's not going to go down how you, like, what you read in there is probably not how it went down either, right?
How do you know?
You don't. But
if they're aliens.
Why would you believe it anymore? Why would you believe what was written in that book anymore if you found out that's what that was?
Once we found out that one of those aliens could turn into a human, then you would believe. Right? Because God was supposed to be, or Jesus was supposed to be a human, right? He came down to earth, became a human. He's God's son, all this stuff. There's been accounts of people saying, we know there's aliens walking around that are, they look like humans, but they're aliens. Am I right?
Yeah, people said it.
See? So that's more proof of God, man.
But I just have fun with it. But like I said, it'd be crazy to find out you're trapped here. Like you'd have that.
Well, I mean,
like
what do you mean find out we're trapped? We're like, already trapped here. We all know that. I can't go anywhere else.
But now you got new questions.
Yeah, we need to catch those aliens.
And now you're like, what are their, now in your head, like, what are their plans for me now? Like,
who cares?
And if they found out we knew, like, does that make it bad too?
We know already because they captured these in the video we watched.
They can see what we're doing. They'd be like, oh, they don't believe them.
Yeah, that's right? True. Yeah,
he's just some crazy, stupid person.
I'm gonna look into this documentary. What the hell is the name of it? We need to know. Okay.
More or less on my part, I want aliens to be real. Right? That's the gist of it.
Absolutely.
100%. You want to know that there's that, and there's something else. Like, it's just crazy. It'd be crazy to know. But I could handle it. There's a lot of people that couldn't, for sure, on this planet. Wouldn't be able to. I don't think they could handle it.
They couldn't. Most people would not be able to handle it, which is weird to me because I think I would just be in such awe of it. I would be so happy. There's no handling anything. Like, it's like, oh, there are aliens. We've all been saying this forever. Great. Now let's go find them. I'm not going to riot. What's that going to do?
And at the same time, it makes you know, like, there's something else, right? Like,
yeah, that makes life exciting.
There's somewhere to go with it, I think, right? Like at this point, like people, I'm not saying there's not technology wise here things to do. There is 100%.
That would make Star Wars possible. The movie Star Wars, if you found out aliens actually exist in their spacecrafts that they're flying around in are real, all of a sudden I think, oh, Star Wars, we can make all those crafts. We can have lightsabers, all this nonsense. We can have all of that.
Also, in a possibility, I also believe that it could not any of it be real. Like,
How dare you?
I see both sides for sure.
Blasphemy to BTG squad. Blasphemy, sir.
But I want to believe.
Yes, we do, right? And on that note, let's watch this trailer for that documentary you were talking about, right?
Oh, there's a trailer for it.
Moment of Contact. Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah.
Let's watch the trailer and then end this show. Y'all ready for
Talking
this?
too long?
No, let's
Too much
watch
about
it.
aliens.
Maybe we'll talk
People
more
don't
after
like
this
Do
trailer.
people like alien stuff? I don't know anymore.
Who cares?
It was a big thing for a while.
In
Still a big
1996,
To me.
the people of Virginia, Brazil,
I don't like that. It's like
Witnessed a
Virginia.
UFO
I think
event.
Virginia.
that would change their lives forever.
Só que ele planava. Ia perdendo
That's the guy?
lentamente a
Yeah, they
altitude e a
talk to
caminhando.
him like today.
Call it another Roswell, if you
I don't
will.
like that guy.
No, me
But it's a
neither.
crashed
He
vehicle
looks. He shouldn't be
that
on the
had
show.
beings on board.
He's too like
Mas que
crazy
eles não
looking.
poderiam
He's
admitir a
weird.
verdade, a população ia entrar em colapso.
See video.
Nada temos a esconder.
Finally, the facts will be revealed.
The Virginia case is considered the most well-kept secret in the military circles of Brazil.
My objective here is to put some clarity on what took place in Varginha, Brazil, January 1996.
2 seres extraterrestres foram capturados, depois, posteriormente, foram levados para o hospital.
The witnesses are some of the most compelling testimony I've ever heard.
Meu nome é Carlos de Souza.
Meu nome é Cátia Xavier.
Meu nome é Liliane Silva.
Meu nome é Valquíria Silva.
Em 1996, eu vi uma criatura estranha ali.
Action!
Oh,
A lot
snap.
of people in this town have a little piece of the puzzle.
Naquele local, eu vi o rastro da criatura, o pé.
Foi onde ele falou que eu vi era uma coisa sobrenatural.
This year,
Mark Pellichrez, he had captured this creature with his bare hands.
Você confirma que o seu irmão estava de serviço naquele dia 20?
Confirmo.
After he captured the creature, he developed this infection that wouldn't go away.
Foi pro CTI de manhã, 7 horas da manhã, 15 para o meio-dia. Ele veio a óbito.
this can no longer be covered up.
They might shoot us because we're on the property.
This can't be denied.
Bateram na porta. E aí eles falaram pra mim.
Ficar quieto. Se qualquer iria sofrer uma punição muito severa.
This was proof
We pull this off. It'll be the most compelling testimony revealed.
of contact.
That dude cries, dude. He's like crying.
This is a level of confirmation
Yeah, see?
that only a handful of people on this planet have.
He's an actor, paid actor. Just kidding. Moment of Contact. That's out now, according to you, right? On what?
I don't remember the thing that I found. You could probably watch it on multiple things. I just found one where you could watch it for free. I just don't remember what it was called.
And he
One
was
of the apps.
he was crying.
That the guy that shows him where the spacecraft is. But on another note for this, like this guy that does the documentary, you didn't watch the Joe Rogan one yet with him on it.
Oh, I'm hooked. I'm ready.
And he goes on there and he says people hit him up multiple times to go down there, and even he says himself, I wasn't a believer at the time. Like I didn't want to believe it. Like I myself, because Joe's like, how can you believe? And like even Joe's like contradicting it, you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, I couldn't. He's like Joe at the time. Like I didn't go right away either. I got contacted multiple times to go down there, and I didn't want to do it. Like I didn't think this, and this, and this, and this. He's like, and then I finally went down. I was like, finally I went down there. He's like, man, I'm telling you.
Dude. That hyped me up though, man.
But he could just be doing that to sell his documentary, right?
Well,
Realistically.
I guess, but it's
Yeah.
they do have like eyewitness accounts.
Oh, for sure.
And that's the thing that also scares me is because I watched this thing about talking about how eyewitness accounts are just one of the most unreliable things in the entire world.
But to have that many,
That's true. If you had one, it's over. But to have that's a great point. I'm happy you brought that up because if you have that many, and not only are they saying it, but they're also all telling the same story, right?
they're
That's what makes it more real.
if you got like 100 people trying to tell you the same thing, like, dude, why do
Yes.
you not believe them?
Well, yeah, and because they've done those experiments where in a classroom, they've done the experiment where they'll have like 100 people in a classroom, and then they'll have something crazy happen. Then they'll take everybody away and have them give their eyewitness account of what happened, and everybody's telling a different story, right?
Yeah.
But these people, you have in a lot of situations where it's like they see UFO stuff or whatever, you'll have a lot of people from they weren't all in the same area, and they're all telling the exact same story. So that's what makes it real. But that's what I want to watch, this documentary now. Maybe tonight I'll go watch that.
Yeah, let's go out and watch it. Tell us what you think, people.
And subscribe to BTG Squad.
Yeah, right?
What's cooler than that?
Well, keep it simple, stupid.